Nigeria records post-harvest losses and wastages annually in the agricultural sector due to limited processing and preservation capacity. This results in high food prices and food importation, with its attendant effects on the nation's foreign reserves. To enable Nigerians optimize the benefits from the country's vast agricultural products such as cassava, oil palm, rice, tomatoes, and others, the Bank of Industry has launched a 5 billion naira cottage agro-processing fund, the CAP Fund. Customers can access the fund to establish plans to process our various agro-produce into food products or intermediate raw materials for industries at a single-digit interest rate of 9% per annum. For more information on the CAP Fund, please visit www.boinigeria.com/capfund. Bank of Industry, developing Nigeria's agro-processing industry through the CAP Fund.
Now let's talk about the cost of going to the movies for an average Nigerian. Many people still see it as an elitist endeavor. Most cinemas will charge between 1,000 and 1,500 naira, and you have to bring your entire family. Some people will spend plus or minus 10,000 naira. They consider it a little bit steep. How do you respond?
Well, it's an industry that has kept its price structure the same for the past 12 years. Since 2004, the pricing has been relatively the same. We haven't increased our prices. And as I said, there's very few industries that can claim to have that kind of price structure and maintain it. But also, the cinema industry offers a variety of pricing. Yes, 1,500 is the maximum, but we do have other prices such as 1,000 naira for students on a weekend, 800 naira for children under the ages of 12. We have weekday pricing, which is 500 naira for students, 1,000 for adults. And we also have promotional pricing. For example, in Ozone cinemas on Mondays and Wednesdays, you can get a free popcorn and drink for 1,000 naira. So we believe that the pricing is relative, and the pricing is structured such that many families or individuals can actually afford and choose the price band that they fall into in order to come to the cinema.
All right, so let's talk about your relationship with the Bank of Industry. Tell me about it.
Bank of Industry, we've been supported by the Bank of Industry, and we are absolutely grateful for that support. In 2013, we approached the Bank of Industry to expand this cinema because we found out that as we went along in our business, we needed more screens to be able to exhibit the movies that were coming, and more people were actually interested in watching movies. And so we approached the Bank of Industry in 2013 and said, look, we want to build 2 additional screens to the 4 we have. And they were very excited about the idea, and they had already decided that they were going to support the cinema and Nollywood industry. And for us, when we applied in 2013, they were very helpful. The interest rates were fantastic, and although they could have been better, the interest rates were good, and the response we got from the Bank of Industry was very positive about our industry. And so in 2014, they financed the extension which we have, so we now have 6 screens in Yaba here, and it's provided more employment for people who work with us, and it's also provided more variety for people who live in Yaba. So we're very grateful to the Bank of Industry for the low interest rates, and we hope to do more business with them as we continue to expand.
At the time you approached the Bank of Industry, it wasn't far away from when Nigeria experienced almost 20 years or thereabouts of no cinemas, virtually no cinemas at all. How were you able to convince the Bank of Industry that it was going to be a profitable venture?
Well, at the time we approached them, we gave them the figures, which we showed them what business we were doing. We told them, look, One, exhibition. The amount of movies we've shown has grown, but more importantly, the amount of Nollywood movies we've shown has grown from 2009, 2008, up to when we approached them in 2013. We said, look at the figures. Nollywood has gone 10 times the amount of movies that are being shown on the cinemas, and we're getting more pressure to show even more. So that's one. Two, the number of people who are coming to the cinema has increased. You now have mainlanders, as we want to call them at that time. Say, look, mainlanders are now saying, look, I want to go to the movies. I'm no longer having to go to the island to watch a movie. There's Ozone cinemas here. And other cinemas were beginning to show interest in setting up cinemas in the mainland. So the idea at the time that, oh, maybe this is an elitist thing, started to change. We now had a cinema in the mainland. Other cinemas were showing interest in the mainland. So the Bank of Industry felt that at that time, I believe that's the way they looked at it, that, look, here's an opportunity to take Nollywood and expand the cinema business on the mainland. Because we were one of the first to go to them and say, look, we want to go and improve our business that's already in the mainland of Lagos. And we are successful. And so when they saw those figures, I believe they were convinced that, look, this is a business that can work, and funded us out of the Nollywood fund that the previous administration put in place. And so it went from there. Other cinemas got interested and approached the Bank of Industry, and today it's history. Bank of Industry, I'm sure, has helped almost every cinema chain in this country today.
All right, so tell me, what are the things that the Bank of Industry assisted you in acquiring? What's the extent of their intervention in this business?
The Bank of Industry helped us digitalize. We had the old 35mm projectors, and the Bank of Industry gave us money to purchase, or we borrowed money from them to purchase new digital projectors. The Bank of Industry also helped us to provide a better ambience for our customers, so better seats, better lighting, better screens, a bigger cinema for us at Ozone. And it also provided us with the support that we required when we needed it. For example, you may borrow money, but you don't always get the money when you want it. But the Bank of Industry, we had no problems with them. So once money became available, it was easy to access. They didn't put many restrictions in front of us to be able to ensure that we were able to deliver. And I'm glad that since they've been on board with us, and from what they've seen with how we spent their money, they're quite satisfied, I believe, in what we've done with the money that they've actually given us. So kudos to the Bank of Industry for what they've done. And we know they can only go from strength to strength in supporting this industry.